Hi, this is Arup from the channel Language and Literature. Today I am back with a new lesson. Today's topic is tense. Primarily tense has been classified into three groups: present tense, past tense and future tense. Each tense again has four aspects: simple or indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So in total there are 12 tenses. Understanding these 12 tenses is really very important because in our daily life we do many activities in many different times, and understanding these 12 tenses helps us express exact time of our action. This is where we find the importance of learning tenses. So let's start with the present simple tense. We use present simple tense in order to express habit. For example, I eat rice, I play football, I play cricket, I sing songs. So these are the activities I regularly do. These are the routine activities, and these activities have become my habit. So these are habitual action. So we use present indefinite tense or simple tense in order to express such habitual action. We also use present indefinite tense or simple tense in order to talk about facts, be it scientific or universal. The earth moves around the sun. The sun rises in the east. The sun sets in the west. They all are universal truth. And we use present simple sentence in order to express such universal truth. 100 degrees Celsius is the normal boiling point of water. It has scientifically been proved that 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of water. So any kind of scientific fact should be expressed through present simple sentence. And there is another uses of present simple sentence, that is future construction. And in this format we have two sections. One is future, another one is present simple. And we use our wish and desire in future section. For example, I will receive her when she arrives at the airport. So my wish has been expressed in the future form, that I will receive her, and the rest of the part has been present simple sentence. So we use present simple sentence in order to talk about habitual action, in order to talk about facts, be it scientific or universal, and there is also another uses, that is future construction. And then we can go to the next part, that is present continuous tense. Present continuous tense again has three uses. We use present continuous tense in order to talk about an activity which is happening at the time of my speaking. For example, you are listening at the time of my speaking. They are playing, they are working. So this is one of the three uses of present continuous tense. We also use present continuous tense in order to talk about any temporary activities. For example, I am helping the flood affected people. I am helping the flood affected people. I am in the process of helping them. That means I spend 1 or 2 days a week in order to help them, and it is definitely a temporary activity. I am learning piano. It means I am in the process of learning piano. I spend some time, I spend 1 or 2 days a week in order to learn piano. So for that kind of temporary activities, we can use present continuous tense. And there is another uses of present continuous tense, that is to talk about contemporary changes. Global temperature is increasing. Scientists has noticed that the temperature of the globe is increasing, and it is the contemporary changes. Cricket is replacing football in our country, and it is the contemporary issues. So you can use present continuous tense for three purposes: for any action which is going on at the time of your speaking, for any contemporary activities, and also you can use present continuous tense in order to talk about contemporary changes. The structure of present continuous tense is subject plus am is plus verb with ing form. Now I can go to the next part, that is present perfect tense. Present perfect tense has two uses. Through the present perfect tense, you can talk about any past activities without mentioning time. For example, you went to New York 5 years back. You can say you have gone to New York without mentioning time. So you can express any past incident without mentioning time. The second uses is that you can express your experiences in an ongoing time frame through the present perfect tense. For example, I have bought 15 books this year. So here time frame is the complete year. This is the month of July. I have another 5 months to finish to complete the year, so I may buy more books. So this kind of experiences in an ongoing time frame, you can use present perfect tense. Let's have another example. I have learned many things in my life. So my life has not finished. I may learn more things in future. So we can express such experiences or past incidents through the uses of present perfect tense. Subject plus have or has plus B3 form, that means past participle form of the verb. Now we can go to talk about present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense deals with an action which started earlier but still continuing. It has been raining since morning. Rain started in the morning and it is still continuing. I have been reading a book for 5 days. My reading started 5 days earlier and it is still continuing. Here you should be aware about the uses of since and for. We use since in order to talk about the starting time. So starting time, if you want to refer to the starting time, you should use since. For example, since morning, that means your starting time is morning. Since 2018, your starting time is 2018, and you use for any length of time. It may be the length of 2 hours, it may be the length of 7 days or 20 years. So hope that you have understood the difference between since and for. And the structure of present perfect continuous tense is subject plus have been or has been plus verb with ing. Now we can go to the next section, and that is the past tense. Past tense again has 4 aspects: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So let's start with the past simple. We use past simple in order to talk about any completed action. I bought a car last year. I went to college yesterday. So these completed actions in the past have been expressed through the past simple sentence. Subject plus past form of the verb or B2 form of the verb. Past continuous tense again has several uses. We use past continuous tense for an action which was continuing before and after a particular time. For example, I was eating rice at 7 a.m. That means my eating started before 7 a.m. and it was continuing even after 7 a.m. I was reading at 8 p.m. My reading started before 8 p.m. and it was even continuing even after 8 p.m. So it is one of the many uses of past continuous tense. We can also use past continuous tense in order to talk about 2 actions which are going on at the same time. While I was reading, my father was watching television. While they were playing cricket, some of their friends were roaming around here and there. So this is the second uses of past continuous tense. We can also use past continuous tense for any interrupted action. For example, while I was reading, one of my friends knocked at the door. So my friend knocked at the door when I was reading. We can also use past continuous tense in order to talk about any repeated action. I was playing cricket regularly. So these are the uses of past continuous tense. Subject plus was, were plus verb with ing is the structure of past continuous tense. Subject plus was, were plus verb with ing is the structure of past continuous tense. Now we can go to the next section, that is past perfect tense. Past perfect tense talk about an action which took place before another action. For example, the patient had died before doctor came. The patient had died before doctor came. Here we have 2 actions: patient died and doctor came. So we are supposed to use past perfect tense for the action which happened earlier. So which action happened earlier? The patient died, and that is why I said the patient had died before doctor came. Doctor came is the past simple because it happened or it occurred later. Let's have another example. I had submitted my CV before my friend submitted. Subject plus had plus past participle form of the verb or B3 form. So now we can go to the next one, that is the past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense talk about an continuous action in the past which was continuing for a period of time. For example, I took rest because I had been working for 2 hours. So I had been working for 2 hours is the past continuous tense, and it happened for a duration of time. So it is the past perfect continuous tense. So past perfect continuous tense refers to an continuous action in the past which continued up to a certain point of time. So that's all about present tense and past tense. I have talked about the 4 aspects of present tense, and I have talked about 4 aspects of past tense. Now I am going to talk about future tense. Future tense again has 4 aspects: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Future simple is used for many purposes. We use future simple tense in order to make any prediction. For example, I think global temperature will continue to increase. So it is the prediction. I think you will do good in the exam. It is the prediction. I think you will earn much money. It is the prediction. So we use future simple tense in order to make prediction. We also use future simple tense in order to make offer. It's too hot. You are in a room along with your friend and you are saying it's too hot, and your friend says I'll turn on the fan. Here your friend is actually offering turning on the fan in order to make the environment comfortable. So it is the offer. So we use future simple tense in order to make offer. We use future simple tense in order to make prediction. We can also use future simple tense in order to make promise or threat. For example, if you come with me, I will help you. If you don't come with me, I will not help you. So it is a promise or a threat. We also use future simple sentence in order to make assertion. And in that case, we use shall. And we should keep in mind that this uses is really very limited to the British English. Americans does not use shall. So it is limited to British English. So we can say, shall we go out for a walk? We can also use future simple sentence in order to make request. Will you do me a favor? Will you help me? So you can see how we can use future simple tense. Future simple tense is used for various purposes, but we should keep in mind that we should not use future simple sentences at the beginning of the clause when there is the expression of time. For example, when I reach home, I will let you know. So when I reach whom, it is the expression of time. So that is why here I cannot use the future simple tense. When I reach whom, I will let you know. So now the structure of future simple sentence is subject plus shall or will plus base form of verb. But we should keep in mind that Americans does not use shall, they always use will. So it's better to use will all the time. So uses of shall is not popular in British English too. So it is better to use will all the time. So we can go to the next one, that is future continuous tense. Future continuous tense talk about an ongoing action in the future. For example, I will be reading a book at 7 a.m. My reading will be started before 7 a.m. and I will continue to read even after 7 a.m. Subject plus will be plus verb with ing is the structure of future continuous tense. Future perfect tense talk about the completed action in the future. At the same time, it deals with the duration of time. It looks up to that time and then look back in order to see the duration of the time. For example, I want to buy a car by 4 months. It is the month of July and I want to buy a car within 4 months. So I can say I will have bought a car by November. So November is the final time and I will have bought this car even before November. So we look up to that November and then look back to the starting time in order to see the duration of the time. So this is the future perfect tense. Let's have another example. I will have finished my assignment by Thursday. That means Thursday is the final time. We look up to that time Thursday and then look back to the starting time in order to understand, in order to see the duration of the time. Subject plus will have plus past participle form of the verb. So this is the structure of future perfect tense. And future perfect continuous tense talk about the ongoing action in the future. At the same time, it talks about the duration of the time. It again looks up to that the time and then look back to the starting time in order to understand the duration of the time. For example, I will have been working for 5 months. So if it is July, that means I will have been working up to December. So I can say I have been working on this project for 5 months. Subject plus will have been plus verb with ing. This is the structure of future perfect continuous tense. So through this lecture, I have talked about present tense, past tense and future tense with all the 4 aspects. So hope that you will carefully watch this video in order to understand all these aspects of tense and all types of tense. As you have come to know, the importance of tense lies in the fact that if we understand tense, we will be able to express exact time of our action. Thank you very much for watching this lecture. Thank you. Take care.